Money. Joey. 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes
shakedown.
the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, Kick Dick back here. Welcome to another Philly Shakedown podcast. Perhaps the most important Philly Shakedown podcast of the season because we're getting ready. We are getting ready for the playoffs, but we got work to do. Joey Shakes, what is happening, my man? How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. It's been a busy day. I had no videos today. I was out all day today. I was out the whole entire day. So I've missed out on a lot of stuff today, but have been tinkering a little bit on some of the news. But it's been a crazy week this week, and definitely excited to talk about all of it. So
Yeah, I wish I could say I had a busy day, but I slept. I was asleep. So what happened was basically my cat, they're like jackrabbits. She got pregnant again like 2 months ago. They only pregnant like 60 days or 65 days or something. And she had babies last night. My wife was with her, so she was like real tired. So I stayed up with the kittens all night. So I think this may be your
is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Philly news. What's going on, man? He said, welcome to the Shake Squad Soldier tier, man. Thank you so much for joining, bro. And welcome to the stream, dude. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Nina Alston, how are you? Good to see Nina in here.
Nina.
How are you doing? Jersey Dolphins, what's going on? Scooby-Doo, Eagles, Logan, Nuke, Philly Nation 307, Nation 307. I need glasses, by the way. Frank Burke, Giants team, what is going on? We're going to talk about the Giants team in a little bit. John Bliss, what is happening? What is going on, everybody here? Thank you guys so much for being here. A lot, I guess, a lot of different things are coming out about what's going to be happening in the Eagles-Giants game tomorrow. First and most important thing, according to many sources, and I saw Garofalo on NFL Network talking about this, Jalen Hurts is expected to play. He is going to play tomorrow. So Jalen Hurts is playing. Checkmate. And on the other, we also should say this, C.J. Gardner-Johnson will be playing tomorrow, too. He was activated. So that is great news. That's why they waived Sua Opeta yesterday.
Right.
And then on the flip side, it looks like, and listen, I got a lot of crap. Do you remember when we did a shakedown last week? And I mentioned that Giants would probably sit their starters, and people were like, you're crazy. Why would you do that? Blah, blah, blah. Well, Giants are sitting their starters. But not only are they sitting their starters, they're sitting their backup quarterback, according to reports. They're sitting Tyrod Taylor. They actually sounds like they're going to be starting third-string corner, who they just promoted. I don't think he's ever thrown a pass in the NFL, Davis Webb. There's no excuse for the Eagles tomorrow. I mean, you can't lose this game. Am I right? Am I right, Joey?
No, I mean, like I think there was a lot of people that thought maybe they would have all of their starters out, but I mean, they still have injuries on top of it. Like defensively, with Adoree Jackson's going to be out there. Defensive tackle, I forgot what's his name. He's going to be out as well. So they have injuries, and I'm actually shocked they're starting a third string QB this week. So I mean, they want to protect their starter and their backup, and you know, there's really no excuse at all. There's you know what I mean.
Right.
So get it
right. Philly News, welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. Thank you for joining. Both channel member of both channels. We have to have something named for people who are multiple members. A full 100% Shakedown podcast. It's like you're a made guy. Like you have to be 100% Philly Shakedown podcast, and then you could be made. Something like that. We'll have to work on. I'm having weird ideas right now, you know. But welcome, man. Dude, what did Dan Cilio say? I have all these comments about Dan Cilio. He must have been going off on the Eagles again. I think Dan Cilio trolls you guys, and you guys buy it into it.
Right.
You hear squeaking? If you hear squeaking, let me know. If you hear my house about to blow down, it's true. We got like 50, 60 mile an hour winds right now, dude.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen the sun in a month. Kenzo, oh man, don't say that. He's right. You are right about it. He says we have a bad history against quarterbacks named Webb. Could you imagine?
Hope not, man.
Did I say Davis Webbs? I'm sorry. I said Davis Webbs. I'm a little bit.
We don't know who he is anyway. Were we supposed to know who this guy
I
is?
knew who he was, but I'm a little bit stupid. So forgive me for it. You know, stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah.
Peaky up when you drink. Yes, sir. So, I mean, those are some big, mega shifting things, and I want to say this: Giant fans shouldn't. You know, I know a lot of Giant fans really wanted to screw us for what happened to them a few years ago, but you know, another team that they should want to screw is the Dallas Cowboys, because the Dallas Cowboys were the team that allowed the Eagles to jump them for Devontae Smith. So at least you're going to get revenge on the Dallas Cowboys, you know?
Right.
Now going into this game, right? Going into this game, do we sound nervous? No shaking. It's funny. Even if you mention, hey, the Giants are going to sit their starters, because that's what they're going to do. You get people who say, oh, you're scared. You're scared, and you just don't want to play our stars. Like, why would I be scared of the Giants? We put 48 points up on the Giants. I'm not scared of anything. But the reality of the situation is this. The Giants were going to sit their starters. I said they were going to sit their starters. Bad Dog ran out, made a video saying, we got to play our starters. Everybody knew they were going to sit their starters. That's why they were 14-point favorites all week. Do you know they're actually 16-point favorites tonight? It moved because of who they're starting at quarterback. Yeah. Nobody's nervous about them at all, you know. Mike K says these dingbats going to be a wild card. Hey, get Detroit in the playoffs tomorrow. I want Detroit in. You know, Detroit has a chance to get in. We should go over the playoffs a little bit. You know what I mean? Philly 500 is always rattled no matter what. Dude, you don't have no idea what I put up with. I am never rattled. I am cool as molasses, dude. I just put my foot up some asses. I don't tell nobody about it, but I do my thing. Now, let me say this, talk a little bit about the game plan, because when you don't have your starters, I can't say, well, the key to the game is shut down Saquon Barkley tomorrow. To me, the key to this game is that you have to come out and you have to get up early. You have to get up early and make the Giants just want to go home. That's it. You have to come out with intensity. You have to come out ready to play. You have to come out ready for war. And then you have to go out there, get up early on the Giants. And I think this thing's over, man. But if they let them hang around, feel like they have a chance to pull some big upset, that's when you could have problems, you know? That's how I think, you know?
If it was the only thing to be nervous about, it's the play calling from Shane Steichen. It's going to be like, this is what I'm afraid of. What I'm afraid of in this game, it's not the Giants at all. That's far from being nervous about, but it's Shane Steichen going to put Hurts in this game, and they're going to make him throw 20-plus times in the first half. That's what I'm afraid they're going to do. They're not going to run Miles Sanders enough in the first half. Those are the things I'm worried about. This is going to be shooting ourselves in the foot, and this is the only way that we lose games is when we shoot ourselves in the foot for missed opportunity and not having a balance with this offense. And obviously less run, play designs with Jalen Hurts running with the football is going to be another thing too. And how much are they going to use him as a runner in this game is going to be another question because of the shoulder.
Do you, even if you don't want to use him a lot, do you use him just enough to make teams think, hey, they're not afraid to run his shoulders, okay? Like, do you do that, like, to set a statement, hey, we're ready to go?
I would still do it, but I would be more cautious with him. Like, if he has a wide open lane, like, don't be, running your shoulder into people. Like, take, slide, like, have an early slide. Do a cautious slide if you have to in a game like this. There's no reason to run into a million players with your shoulder. It makes no sense. So
yeah, Trevon Dixon, man, thank you for super chat. Goes, yo, Phil, you think I can get my mod back? When I right now my mod thing is closed because I just have too many things going on with it. Once it comes back up, and we could talk about the rules, so there's no misinterpretations of it. Sure. But right now, it's just too much of a mess for me to deal with. Mark G, thank you for super chat. He goes, Hurt season is back. Eagles D gets 10 picks or 10 sacks, 2 picks tomorrow. Number 1 seed clinch. Let's go. Now, the Eagles are 6 away, I believe, from tying or breaking. I don't remember which.
5.
5 from tying the all-time sack record with the Chicago Bears. Now, I mean, that is an impressive record. And they would need, 5 sacks more to tie, 6 to break. They've got, 4 or 5 straight games with 6+ sacks right now, which is just absolutely unheard of. And then you bring in a rookie who has never thrown and Giants team, can you tell me for sure? Because I don't know. I don't think he's ever thrown a pass in the NFL.
I thought we played him last year, but I thought we played him last year. I remember him.
Well, I knew we played Long Neck, but I remember Long Neck, but I don't remember. Anyways, maybe you can let me know. But I don't think he's thrown a pass. Although he's pretty big, he's like 6'5", man. He's probably a big arm quarterback.
Isn't AJ Brown, I think, 8 yards away from Mike Quick's receiving yard record?
Receiving yards for
that's
Eagles.
Eagles,
yeah. And Devontae Smith has tied the franchise record for receivers with receptions with 88 with Irving Fryer.
Oh, I thought it was I got confused.
No, for reception record for receivers. We've never had a receiver over 88 yards or 88 catches. And just think, he got shut out in game 1. He didn't have a catch.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hurts season. Mark G. Davis, Hurts season back. Eagles get 10 sacks, 2 picks, number 1. I love it, man. We love it. I agree. I think it's going to happen. 1 sick FK8. I don't know what that means. 499 super chat. Thank you, man. He goes, what a great season it was. Let's hope our squad finishes strong. NFC East champs. Yes, sir. We're almost there. Marcus says complimentary football is key. I agree. Philly News Day for Super Chat. He goes, great day to be a Philadelphia fan tomorrow. 3 easy wins for the Flyers, Sixers, and Eagles. Is it ever easy for the Flyers anymore? I just want to know.
Are the Flyers playing the same time? I heard that they're playing the same time.
Are they playing the same time?
Yeah, it's like 6 o'clock or something, like 6 or 7 o'clock they're playing or something. Like they're having like an issue with because the 2 schedules between the Eagles and the Flyers are playing at the same time or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Dave K says as many as 76 yards from team having 3 players with 1,200. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy. Fred Flores, I hope Devontae has 12 catches more. I would love him to break 100 catches. Fred Flores, Dave for Super Chat goes, yo, boys, what's good? I need my shakedown before the game, but how about we wrap this up tomorrow? Well, I expect tomorrow night when we do our post game to be talking about the number 1 seed. I mean, listen, and people got on me for this, but if you lose tomorrow to Davis Webb, that is a choke job. Is that not a choke job?
Yes,
I'm
one of the worst I've seen.
It's a choke job. Yeah, and you're talking about losing the last 2 games and this game. I've never seen a team 3 games up with 3 games to go and then not finish it out. You got to win tomorrow. You got to win tomorrow. Edward Morgan, thank you for the super chat, man. It doesn't say anything, but thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I'm just trying to catch up to the stream here.
How much rust do you think Jalen Hurts will have going into this game?
I think he's going to have some. I mean, I think it's only natural he would, right? I think there'll be some. But I can tell you what, opening series, dude, Miles Sanders get at least 7-8 carries. I'm going right down the field. I'm hitting them in the mouth. You got to hit the Giants in the mouth tomorrow. You got to come out. You got to jump on them early. And you got to take any desire to want to win away. You just do, Nina says, 7 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. Well, the NFL waited till like the last 6 days before to come out with the schedule. They came out with Tuesday or Wednesday. So it's kind of crazy, Radiation Bot, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, sup, guys? A win tomorrow, the Eagles will be the last to clinch their division while being the first to clinch a playoff spot. Has that ever happened before? It's a great question. I want to say it has, because I think there has been a couple times where you've had like really good teams like 13-3, 12-4.
Right.
You know, that's why. I mean, you have Dallas, as much as we hate them, they got 12 wins this year too. So they could have 13-win season. You know, so 14 is the magic number, but it's probably happened. What I don't think has happened is I can't remember a team to lose 3 in a row after being up 3 games to play. That I don't remember. But Radiation Boss, thank you for super chat. And we got 437 people already in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Very much. Kenzo says, now the Cowboy fans don't care about sacks ever since Lawrence Taylor Jr. fell off. Clowns. Lawrence Taylor Jr. I love that. Dude, that's hilarious. Yeah, you know, they tell me all the time he's the defensive player of the year. And I'm thinking to myself, the defense, you know, consider Reddick. Doesn't Reddick have to be in that conversation? Did you hear, let me ask, did you hear what's and I don't know if this was said, but somebody told me that Jonathan Gannon said that if he didn't drop Reddick in coverage as much as he did this year, he would have 25 sacks. Did you
words out of my mouth, bro? Yeah, words out of my mouth. Like we were talking about this beginning of the season, bro. We were talking about this.
That's why when people say to me, well, they got all these sacks, they've done all this, I go, yeah, but imagine if they were a little more aggressive. It would be even better. It'd be historical. Say Boogie, thank you for the super chat, my man. Shout out to you. He goes, Philly and Joey, can't believe we were 6 sacks from breaking the sack record. Just imagine how many sacks we'd have with Jimmy as our defensive coordinator and this defense, not to mention what Hurts' stats wouldn't be if he wasn't hurt. Oh, I know. I think Hurts would be probably closing in on 30 touchdowns passes this year right now. I think he would have clinched the MVP, maybe. And then we could have 80 sacks. I'm not going to lie. They could have 80 sacks, you know? Yeah. And it's an interesting record because it's a record that's been around since 85. I'm a little surprised it hasn't been broken, only because the league has become such a passing league. They didn't pass nearly as much back then. So that's what's interesting to me. But, I mean, this team, 6 sacks every week. And Zay Boogie, thank you for super chat. Yeah, Hurts is going to start. All reports came out earlier that Hurts is playing tomorrow. He is starting, and then the Giants are starting their 3rd-string quarterback. So the question is can the Eagles get up enough by the 3rd quarter to pull everybody? That's what we want. I mean, that's exactly what we need. You know, we need to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to be struggling.
A lot of
yeah, go ahead. You're good.
No. Chris Carpenter, David super chat. He goes, take the ball first if we win the coin toss. I think tomorrow I do that. I would take the ball because I need to set the tone. You know what I mean? I need to. Davis Webb has never lost to Philadelphia. That's true. That's got to be a Cowboy fan statement, right? He's never played the Eagles, has he? I don't think he's ever thrown a pass.
I don't know.
Oh, thank you for super chat. He goes, hope Jags and Lions make the playoffs. Love the coach. I'm hoping too, and we'll go over that in a minute here because I do want to talk about the way it looks like it's shaping up. Sydney Family, thank you for super chat. Goes, did anybody ever say why Sermon is not a factor? Dude, I don't. You know, dude, I would rather have our own fans go to press conferences because nobody ever even asked the question about Trey Sermon ever. But I would love to know. You know, Vanny David Super Chat goes Blankenship. Thoughts about his game played thus far and future. Also, Dak or Minshew as Jalen's backup. Dak or Minshew. I'd rather have Minshew. I'm not giving it to you, Cowboy fans. I'm not giving it to you. You should know, but I'm not giving it to you. I know what you want me to say. My thoughts on Blankenship is he's a kid with a lot of promise who I think could develop into a decent starter in this league. Yeah. I think he has a lot of upside. However, if let's say there was a great safety on the board and we need, you know, a really talented somebody in the draft, I wouldn't hesitate to still draft a guy. That's kind of where I am with him.
Potentially,
I like him.
Or potentially could kick Epps out as well if Epps is walking this year. Could he potentially kick him out?
Yeah. What I like about him is he's a hitter.
Yeah, I love it.
You know, he's a hitter. I think if you put Chauncey Gardner more in that free safety role, although they're very interchangeable nowadays. But where he's more worried about that, I think they're a good combination.
I would agree.
And thank you for the super chat. We appreciate that. East champs, division champs, yeah, and number 1 seed. We clinch everything tomorrow. Yeah, the Eagles lost to the Saints, but they beat the Dallas Cowboys. See, the Cowboy fans are funny because they now say, we beat you guys. And I go, yeah, but we beat you too. But you beat our backup. This is how the conversation goes. Ha, 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 Eagle fans, we beat you guys. Yeah, but we beat you too. Yeah, but you beat our backup. Yeah, but you beat our backup.
We can't say that, though.
That. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, come on. Well, it's 1-1, and we'll see if we play again. Zay Boogie says, also feeling joy. Can you believe Chris Sims? Chris Sims, a moron. I think he
see him flip out
from his guy getting hit by Jerome Brown and Reggie White. Yeah, I mean, just admit it, dude. The dude said that they would not lose a beat with Gardner Minshew. He literally said it. I wanted to ask you this earlier and I forgot. Has the last 2 weeks made you think that Jalen Hurts actually deserves the MVP more?
Yeah. No, it has because because I mean, here's the thing, dude. It's not like Minshew has played a game this season. Like this was like his preseason, like really, to be honest with you, because Jalen Hurts elevates the rest of this offense. I feel like the team plays harder around him, and once your quarterback mentally starts struggling and the guy's throwing off his back foot nonstop, it's a huge difference. But the game plan with Minshew for the week was just. It was horrible. I mean, you were literally putting him in a Jalen Hurts system the whole entire week with a full week of practice because he played better with 3 days of practice against the Cowboys than he did a full week. So what were they doing with him the whole entire week? It definitely shows that I don't know if the coaches don't know how to use Minshew or they're just when they go into next season, okay, the offseason, they have to get another quarterback that has that same skill set as Jalen Hurts. They have to get a guy like that.
Yeah.
That's just me, though.
I mean, listen, the coaching staff was, I've given Minshew a lot of crap this week. I have.
Right.
And it's mainly because I thought that pick six was just so unforgivable. But the coaching staff screwed him up. They set him up for failure because you can't expect Minshew to go out and run the offense the same way that you use Jalen Hurts. It didn't make sense to me. And one of the things we talked about the week before was putting Minshew under center and running the ball. Now, you could say, well, they didn't run the ball because Miles Sanders, his knee is banged up, but they only gave Kenneth Gainwell 2 carries, and they only gave Boston Scott 2 carries. So it wasn't like they were running other guys and just not running. It was like they just had a horrible game plan. So really, you have to blame them,
Well, Philly, with Hurts, you can get away with not running Miles Sanders in the first half because Miles Sanders has bailed this team out. Since now you have an immobile quarterback and you're doing the same thing with not running Miles Sanders in the first half, he's a statue back there. I mean, they're not honing in on his legs. And defenses are afraid.
Why would he? The guy runs a thousand steps for a half yard. He's doing this. And his shoulder pads are going like this. And I'm like, oh, my God, he was a 10-yard gain? Oh, my God, a half a yard? How is that possible?
I know.
Yeah. But they, because there are plays in that game where you have Jalen Hurts, he's gone. He's taken off. And then you have to play Jalen Hurts differently than you have to play Gardner Minshew. So it also opens up other things in the passing game. But they didn't help him. And I'm probably too hard on Minshew. I agree. I just my frustrations on that pick six are just.
He looked uncomfortable and rattled. That's what.
Yeah, he just made a great play to AJ Brown. They scored a touchdown, and then it's like I thought they were ready to go. Like I thought that was the game changer, and then to come out throw that pick six with like 6 minutes left. It just pissed me off.
And what do you think about the defense with Gannon? Do you think that the only change that he really needs to make is just make these adjustments early? Don't waste a whole first half playing your soft coverage, your soft zone coverage defense, your bend don't break defense, where when you play man to man, you talked about it a million times, shadow slay on the best guy. because at least when he sits on one side of the field the whole time, it's not that he's mentally out of it, but it seems like give him something to do, put him on the best guy, and I think you get the best out of big play Slay for that reason.
A lot of corners like to play the best guy. I mean, that's what they feed off. If you take that away from them, to me, you're taking a giant motivating factor. There's nothing that got Slay going more than shutting down Justin Jefferson week 2. So why they would do that, and they did look like they did put, and I didn't watch the game again, I'm not gonna lie, but it did look like Olave they did move him on Olave after Olave had some big plays early on. So to me, it's like, I just don't know why Jonathan Gannon just doesn't. Look at the corners you got, man up and play aggressive, because I feel like when he has to do that, they're really good. But then he backs off because he doesn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Bryce Blackwell, what's going on, my man? How are you? Jeff says, hey, Phil, I can't wait to see Sam Howell beat the Dak tomorrow. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, I wonder what the Cowboys would do. Like, would they pull their starters? Let's say third quarter, the Eagles are up. Let's say the Eagles are up big. Would they pull their starters because of that score? I don't know. Philly News says, would you get Marcus Mariota for backup next year? I could deal with that.
It's not bad.
That would be fine for me. Yeah. I like him. Ronald says, I'm just ready for the playoff run. Defensive play calling could lose us the Super Bowl. Also, offensive play calling can't be dumb. I agree. Slay trash, gave up a 3rd and 30, 4th and 8, 3rd and 30. Listen, that could literally happen 1,000 times, that play, and they would never convert on that. It was just I chalk it up as a stupid play, and one of those things that just doesn't happen often. It was a Christmas miracle. Let's put it that way. Sydney family, thank you for super chat. He goes, does it seem like Davis has been quiet lately? Well, he came back from the injury, and
was then concussion.
Well, he had a concussion, but he didn't didn't miss out a week. It was the ankle, a little bit, but I mean, but he does make a difference in the run game. It's just he does. He's got it. His big off season is you have to become a better pass rusher. He has to learn to rush the passer. So what do I expect from Jordan Davis next year? I expect Jordan Davis to at least get 4 sacks next year. That's what my goal is for him. But I think Jordan Davis will be fine. Maybe a little quiet. Maybe. Yeah. Brian says, yo, what's up? Let's get this dub tomorrow so we can rest up for the playoff. Go Birds. And guys, sorry to break the news, but Hurts won't win the MVP. It's a popularity contest.
It is what it is.
He's been out for 2 weeks. Absolutely. He's not going to win it. I agree with you. But to me, I think we all know. I think he's the people's MVP. How about that? The people's MVP. What I know is that Jalen Hurts, it showed the last 2 weeks how valuable he is to the Eagles. Seriously, like I think about that Dallas game in that last drive, right? If Jalen Hurts is playing, I think they score there, and I think they win. So I think it is important to have him back. Nick Thompson, thank you for super chat. Goes, what's more important, no injuries or a win? Well, it depends who are the injuries to. Injuries could be more. If it's to Jalen Hurts and to key guys, then obviously injuries. But you have to. You can't say, well, we made the playoffs, we're going to sit our guys and give away a bye week and home field advantage. You just can't do that.
No,
you can't give up the division.
I think it depends on, too, if you don't have this first round bye, I don't think Avonte Maddox comes back, and I don't think Lane Johnson comes back for that. If you don't get that first seed, I think both those guys aren't even playing first game. That's the big difference. We need, getting Lane. I'm not saying that without we could last a game without Lane Johnson. I think Driscoll's okay. Like I think they help to his side a little bit, but as long as Hurts is the starting quarterback. But the Lane Johnson thing is a whole nother thing now because we don't know. He's apparently there's rumors he's going to take some injections, and kind of numb himself a little bit, and I hate when players do that. I understand it's a bad injury, but at the same time, like he toughens it up, and hopefully he can last over a game. Hopefully he can maintain himself. That's really all I worry about.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And Timothy Jenkins, man, you must be a Cowboy fan and trying to get us all riled up. You scared to sit Hurts. Here, let me explain to you. And I said this earlier in the week, and I'll explain this. Even if the Eagles beat New Orleans, the plan was to play Hurts for a little bit, because that would mean if the Eagles won last week and clinched everything, and then they would have sat him, then with the bye week, you're talking about a guy coming into the second round of playoffs that has not thrown a ball in a game in 5 weeks. You have to play Hurts no matter what. So even if I had clinched everything, he was going to get some sort of reps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
So it's not a matter of being scared, but you can't go out there and say we're going to give we don't care if we win the division or not. We're perfectly content going on the road 3 times and not having a bye week. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. If you win, you have a bye week. Both games, any game you play in that playoff, except the Super Bowl, are at home. I don't understand why that's even hard to fathom. Only the Dallas Cowboy fans can twist it to make it sound like the home field isn't that good. That's because you can't win at home. You choke. Right. Daniel Jones-Burner, thank you. He said, David Superchat goes, you're welcome. Hey, listen, this is your revenge on the Cowboys. They did screw you guys in the draft with Devontae Smith. You did not get Devontae Smith because the Cowboys made the trade with the Eagles. Wolf of Odin, Philly Wolf, what's going on, man? David Superchat goes, Brady owns Dallas girls are one and done. Fly Eagles fly. I will consider a loss to Tampa Bay a choke job. If the Cowboys lose to them, I think it's a choke job. But I do kind of want to go over this, if you don't mind. I kind of want to go over like how it's set up right now, right? Yeah. So right now, the way it falls, let's say the Eagles go out and win tomorrow. They'll be the number 1 seed. They'll lock up the NFC. They'll have their bye week. The number 2 seed would be the 49ers if they win, and they should beat Arizona. Then you would have Minnesota 12-4, and I think they're the biggest fraud 12-4 team in the world.
I believe it.
Me.
I believe it.
They're 3rd seed. You have the Buccaneers, a 4th seed at 8-8. Buccaneers may be the 4th seed, not even 500. Okay. Then you have Dallas, the 5th seed, the Giants, the 6th seed, and then you got a battle between Seattle, Detroit, and Green Bay. My hope is Detroit makes it. I have a weird feeling Green Bay is going to make the playoffs. So,
wow.
So, with that said, one of those 3 teams are 7th seed. Now, the way it works in the NFC is the 1 seed and the AFC, but the 1 seed gets the bye week. So the Eagles would get a bye week and not play next week. The 49ers will play the worst seeded playoff team, which looks like it's either going to be Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay. I think they should beat those teams unless Brock Purdy isn't ready to go,
Right.
And then you have Minnesota and the New York Giants, and then you have Tampa Bay playing Dallas. Now, here's what I'm going to say. I think the Giants are actually going to beat the Minnesota Vikings. I think they're going to go to Minnesota and win. And I think the Dallas-Tampa game, I think Dallas should beat them. I think they're a better team. But, they've never beat Tom Brady. So, essentially, even though the Giants are sitting their guys tomorrow, it's not totally stupid idea because you also aren't giving them anything to look at. You're sitting your starters. Because they may play the Eagles in 2 weeks.
Right.
It's actually, I think it's a smart move by DeBall, to be honest with you, because if you play the Eagles and you go all out tomorrow, win or lose, you're giving them stuff on film. Tomorrow Eagles get absolutely nothing, but the Giants get everything, so it's an advantage. Because I think the Giants are going to beat Minnesota, and that means most likely the second round of playoffs, I see San Francisco playing Dallas and the Eagles playing the Giants. I think the Dallas 49ers game would be fascinating because I don't know that the Niners win with Purdy. I don't know what this kid is. He's too young.
Depends. Yeah, too young and not much time.
You may have an Eagles-Cowboys championship game. This may all work out and just going to be slaying the Giants, slay the Cowboys. That's what I want, But it's going to be fun, You still can't believe you all lost to the Saints. Okay. I still can't believe you all lost to the Packers. I mean, geez, it's like crazy, you know. Marcom showing your meltdown on 3rd and 30. Listen, if there's ever a reason to have a third and 30 or a meltdown, it would be on 3rd and 30. No.
Of course.
Snob says, I would want Dallas to go seek revenge on the Niners. I think that's the way it's going to be. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel you. Why I think you could actually have a Cowboys, Dallas, Cowboys and Eagles championship game. It's possible. The Eagles may have to beat 2 division foes to get into that. So that's not easy either. That's not easy. So when people laugh at the Giants, Jaguars are getting ready to score here, by the way. It's third. They're down 13-7. I'm rooting for the Jags tonight. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying is that, you know, if you're a Giant fan, you're upset about like them sitting. You may see the Eagles in 2 weeks, anyways, and I think it's actually a good thing for them.
Right.
Wolf of Otis says Eagles Niners NFC Championship game. That was really my pick. My biggest question is the quarterback. Young quarterback in the playoffs. I don't know what to expect from him. Now, do you know anything? Is Garoppolo going to be back?
I haven't heard nothing. I haven't heard anything. Not to my knowledge, I haven't.
Yeah. Marcus says Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC. No. Jalen Hurts. He's not even the best quarterback in the division. I'd rather have Jalen Hurts. Sorry. Everyone has chat as many championship game appearances in the past 27 years as the Cowboys. 0. Even the Jets had a championship game appeared this century.
True.
That's very true. Very true. Listen, to me, if the Cowboys lose to Tampa, I think it's a choke job. You lose to a team that really hasn't been. I know Brady is Brady, but he's still, 45 years old, 46 years old?
Which Brady are you going to get in the playoffs?
I just don't think that team.
They're getting some defensive players back. They're getting some players back defensively, so which is good for them, and they're home.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Sisters of the Knot, what is going on, my man?
What's going on, bro?
Zay Boogie says, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, missed my super chat. Philly had to clear it up. I missed it?
I didn't see.
Man, if I missed it, I'm sorry. I could have. Oh, God, you're right. I did. My bad, dude. My bad. Zay Boogie, thank you for super chat. He goes, for the love of God, Slay was not burnt on the 3rd and 30. Josiah Trash Scott was in charge of covering that zone. He was late to it, and Slay was pissed. Oh, yeah, you're right. Totally 100% right. Clear that up, you know. Cowboy fans, they love to talk about anything like that, but they don't talk about Trevon Diggs getting burnt by A.J. Brown early in that game for what, like 80-something yards?
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Come on, Cowboy fans. Hey, Philly and Joey, any thoughts on Renanis? Oh, God, I don't know. Oh, here we go. I'm not ready for the names right now.
It's not the draft. It's not the draft time yet.
Adam Scott, thank you for super chat, my man. He goes, my prediction, Green Bay gets in, beats the Vikings, then goes to Philly, and Rodgers goes off on the Eagles' suspect secondary. Pound Philly choke job. The only issue, I think, with that is there's no way Green Bay can become the 6th.
The 6, right?
So in order for them to play Minnesota, the 49ers would have to lose to Arizona. So I don't know what the Niners' plans are to play, you know. See, if you're a 2nd seed and a 3rd seed, let me ask you this. If you're a 2nd seed or a 3rd seed, do you really care about that seeding? Like, what's the difference? Like, before it was like if you're the 2nd seed, you get a bye week. Now, if you're 2nd seed or 3rd seed, you don't get a bye week. Both get home playoff games. So are the 49ers going to care about being at the 2nd seed or they don't care? You see what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference? What's the real difference between the 2nd and 3rd seed, except for if you play the 2nd seed?
I don't think if you're getting
Nothing.
home, if you're going to be if you get a home field advantage, I don't see why there's a difference between both seeds.
That would be it. So would the 49ers go play their starters? I think they probably will. That means that Green Bay can't play San Francisco in the first round because the Giants are already locked in. See, the Giants are sitting everybody because they can't do. There's nothing. They can't get any worse, and they can't get any better seeding. So they're stuck in that 6th seed. The question is do they play San Francisco or Minnesota? San Francisco would have to lose to Arizona, and Minnesota would have to win. So I don't know I don't think that's going to happen. So I think Green Bay is going to be playing San Francisco. Listen, we'll get into the playoffs next week, but my whole thing with the Niners is I know they got a really good team. It's just the quarterback. Is he ready for the playoffs? It's a whole different ball game. Wolf of Vote David Super Chat goes Eagles versus Bengals Super Bowl. Book it. That would be a hell of a Super Bowl. That would be a hell of a Super Bowl. I think the Eagles can beat Buffalo, and I think they can beat Cincinnati. The only team that really scares is Kansas City. Not that they can't win, but they can. Kansas City's Kansas City. No. Micah Parsons is better than Fletcher Cox. They're totally two different positions. Cowboy fans, I have a question. Can you all prove Dak is better than Hurts this season? Prove. I want to see proof. Don't just say crap to say it, right? I agree. Now, what if Dak loses week 1 and then the Eagles win their first playoff game? That would mean Jalen Hurts ties Dak Prescott in playoff wins.
Exactly.
Adam Scott, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, I retract my previous statement. Just remember the 49ers moved up to 2. Yeah, Green Bay would get destroyed by a 49ers defense. Yeah, that's right. You're right. Parsons, Reddick. I agree. Let me think. I'm trying to think. Is there anything that, besides the play calling, besides injuries, is there anything about the Giants game that worries you? And I'm not trying to say that cocky. I'm not trying to be cocky. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, I don't know. When you're taking play calling and you're taking injuries out of it.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to get to, in a roundabout way, is there any excuse for this team to lose this game tomorrow?
No.
They gotta win, right?
Gotta win.
Yeah.
All we wanted was Hurts to start this week. That's all we wanted. So we got it now.
Yeah. Darren says, Philly, come on, Jalen's only good season. The guy's only been in the league 3 years. First year's a rookie.
Not
year,
even
second
that.
year they didn't have weapons. I mean, you got to give the guy a chance. It's not like he's been a quarterback for 7 years. I can tell you this. I promise you this. If Dak Prescott played for the Eagles and had one playoff win in 7 years, Eagle fans would be under such pressure, dude.
Right.
It's the truth, Let me see here. Eagles win 44-13 tomorrow with Jalen only playing 1 quarter. I mean, that's how I see it. Like, if the Giants are starting their 3rd string quarterback, they're not going to keep their starting offensive line in. They're not going to play their running back. Then why would you play your defensive lineman? So they're not going to play these guys. And to me, you got to end this thing quick. I think that the sooner the Eagles jump up, like if the Eagles jump up 10-0, 13-0, the Giants just want to get out of there. They just want to go, right? That's it. They want to get the game over with. I expect the Giants to run the ball a lot tomorrow. I expect this game to actually be pretty quick because I think both teams run it. And I think you jump on them early and you seal the number 1 seed, man. That's it.
You gotta. Don't play down don't play down to the competition where the second half is going to be
right.
By the second half, you're going to have to catch up and try to get a big lead. It's not going to look good.
Right.
So.
Timothy Jenkins says Hurts had the biggest choke job last year. When did he choke? Are you going to tell me? Are you pointing to the Tampa Bay game? In Tampa Bay, the Eagles barely make the playoffs, and then they play what? The defending Super Bowl champions and Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, in his first playoff game.
That game was over. That game was over in 8 minutes. Like there was no choke job. Like they were playing bad that whole game. Like
I'll tell you the choke job was playing at home and the San Francisco 49ers come in and then to play the way that Dak Prescott played in that first half. That was a choke job.
No, 100%.
They're going to run their offense. Got to run your offense. Dak is going to debut his new jersey number tomorrow, and next week it's going to be 1-4 for his playoff record after they go 1 and done. My God, that would be hilarious. If McVay is fired from the Rams, should the Eagles go and get him as an offensive coordinator? If he gets fired, George,
is that real?
There's no chance. I don't think so, but there's no chance he's not a head coach somewhere else unless he takes a year off. Why would they fire him? He's been to 2 Super Bowls.
Their
problem is they went all in, and they basically gave away their future for that Super Bowl, and now they're paying for it.
Right.
It's I think he's a pretty good coach.
I do.
Gandalf the White, David Super Chat, he goes, why does the national media hate the Eagles for? They always hate us. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But ever since I've been young, it's always been like that. It just has, The reports are he's in limbo, really. But that's weird, man.
Wow.
I don't think, I honestly think the guy that they brought in as a consultant, who was that? Marcus Scott, whatever his name is.
Brady.
I can't remember his name. Marcus Brady. Is it Marcus Brady? I think that he's the offensive coordinator. I think they're going to promote him, and in the meantime, he's helping out Jonathan Gannon. I will say this, though. If you look at when he came in,
they played better.
They started getting all the sacks, dude.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much he's helped them, Reddick should win Defensive Player of the Year, 16 sacks with most forced fumbles. I have no problem with it. I'm telling you, and Jonathan Gannon said it. I agree with him. If he wouldn't drop him in coverage as much, he would have 25 sacks this year. He's not wrong,
Nope.
They tried to compare Parsons to the greatest pass rusher in history when he's not even the best in the division. Yeah, you can't compare him to Lawrence Taylor. Like, top 3 defensive player ever to play. Steven says 500. I'm scared going into the playoffs with Gannon letting bum quarterbacks have perfect completion percentages. Yeah, that's going to be one of my fears too. I'm not going to lie. I worry about Gannon in the playoffs. I totally do.
It's not like they played bad against the Saints either. It's just they adjusted way too late. They waited a whole entire half to adjust. Like I don't get why he waits so long.
Right. I think if he played more aggressive, I really think, dude. I think that they could have. I think they could be talking about historical defense. Like, I think they got so much talent on that defense, and just the amount of sacks everybody has proves it. I just would like them to play more aggressive.
True.
Charles says Philly 500. We're going all the way. Go Eagles. I think if we get home field throughout the playoffs, I think we have a really good chance. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly think, though, if you don't get it, I don't know that they can go to Super Bowl. So that's what I feel personally of how much of an advantage home field is. Super Tony says McVay wants to move away from the game because of off the field problems with his wife, family in Ukraine, losing his grandfather, and much more. I still think he'll be back. Oh, so it sounds like he's thinking of stepping away. Well, if he steps away, he's not going to want to coach. He's probably going to want to take a year off or something, right?
Right, most likely, if that's the case.
All right, could you imagine Damar Hamlin injury? No, I couldn't imagine. That would be horrendous.
Horrible.
That whole thing was horrendous. I'm just glad the kid's okay. I've never seen anything like that. It really shakes people up when you see something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were kind of like that with Josh Sweat getting carted off. Like that was scary, But when you see like someone getting resuscitated, on the field for 10 minutes, that's life and death, man. It's no joke. Yeah. Like, screw football at that point,
Yeah, forget football. So there's a human life we're talking about, and by all accounts, that kid's a great kid, and I'm just glad he's okay, and I like seeing everybody come together. Like, that's like the greatest thing about it,
Mm-hmm.
3500 is a game is on TV. Expect you be streaming it. Capiche? Quit your day job. Quit my day job. One of these, please. That would be nice. Yeah. Well, tonight was like, it was too important of a game tomorrow. To be focusing on everything else. We got Eagles to be worried about, and I wanted to make sure that we did this preview. But I do have it on, and I am watching the game, and I am rooting for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I hope they get in. Gannon is like a 16-year-old that inherited a Ferrari that doesn't know how to drive it. Yeah, I feel you. Jones says, Jalen, the system hurts tomorrow, baby. Let's go. Yes, EAGLS Eagles. Yes, absolutely. Do you think Miles is okay? Do you think he's okay to go? Or do you think they're going to be limited with him.
I think he's fine. I mean, he had 12 carries for 60-something yards. I mean, just imagine if they did anything with him in the first half against the Saints.
Right.
I think I don't know if that brace is off yet on the knee, or I don't know if you know anything about that, but I think he's fine. I hope they don't pull let's conserve him and, wait till the playoffs and let him get ready. I mean, I hope that's not the case, because he's going to have about 2 weeks off, really, if they win this game Sunday. So they got to run with him. And if not, they better have a better game plan for some of these runs on certain downs. But with Jalen Hurts on the field, it's definitely it's gonna help a lot with the run game.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I would love. You think Sermon ain't playing tomorrow? There ain't no chance.
Stop with the sermon talk. We're done. It's done. It's over with now.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna get Boston Scott into this offense, you better have reps during the week, because don't just throw them into a game like they did in that Cowboys game and literally give the handoff away to the Cowboys, which was horrible. So special teams got to be on special teams got to be good too. I'm hoping we get some good yardage from that. So
yeah, I just think that I just think you can't allow the Giants to hang around. You can't give them confidence or anything like that. You just can't do it. You have to go out and you have to take, like, I felt like in that the Saints game, that was part of the problem too. I mean, they came out, they looked like they didn't sleep the night before. To me, they looked like they were not ready to play that game. And then the Saints come out and they go 8 minutes, 45-second drive and score a touchdown. I thought that was unacceptable. I think the same thing. I think you need, like, I actually would take the kickoff tomorrow, and I want to go down and I want to score a touchdown, and I want to jump on them early. Then, I want to get it to 10-0, 13-0 early first quarter. I don't think the Giants are ready for their playoff game. You know what I mean?
Right. No,
Brandon White, David Super Chat. He goes, look at the Titans offense without AJ. Yeah, exactly. It's so true. Super Tony says, I can see AJ Brown having a big game tomorrow because he was very pissed not having Hurts on the field, losing 2 straight. I think him and Devontae are both going to have big games.
How did you feel about AJ, like his comments post game? I don't know if we talked about it, but his comments on kind of like throwing Minshew under the bus a little bit on just the way that play went on that pick 6. Do you think like he earned that right to say something for that, or?
Yeah, I thought it was very honest, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like I was pissed off about that pass, and he said he was trying to let him know. Like, to me, that was just unacceptable. But I didn't. If I was Minshew, I wouldn't have taken that personally. I think it was just an honest statement. Brandon Winston, thank you for super chat, my man. Appreciate it. Philly going to get exposed tomorrow. Oh yeah, by who? Davis Webb. Come on.
Webbs.
Davis Webbs. We'll call him Davis Webbs. Mark Holmes called him David Webbs. So I don't feel so bad. Clutch Nation, David for Super Chat. He goes, Dak the sack loses to the Washington Commanders. I mean, the Commanders are a joke. I'm sorry, dude, but
I don't know what quarterback to use every damn week at this point.
They don't even know what quarterback to use. Carson's horrendous. Heineke. I'm not a Heineke fan after the Brandon Graham penalty, and then he starts doing that cheering after that. That just pissed me off so bad. Remember when we lost the first game and we were going to stop him, and they called that penalty on Graham? He's all like, acting like it just pissed me off, dude.
Cry, baby.
Any chance Maddox comes back? They said the hope is that Maddox will be able to play. I'm not expecting it. But I am very happy that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's back.
Mm-hmm.
That Jalen Hurts is back. You get a win tomorrow. You get a bye week tomorrow. And then, you can get a chance to get Lane Johnson back. But the one thing, the Eagles, they cannot come out not ready to play. Like, you have to stomp this team early. You can't give them hope.
True.
Like, I'm going to be, like, really mad if the Eagles come out and they struggle early. I'm going to say they're not ready to play. Like, they're going to, they just thought they were going to walk over the Giants. Like, that really pissed me off last week about the
I
whole
think
thing.
they're amped up, dude. I think, Hurt. I mean, even when AJ Brown was talking about Hurts at practice this week, and he's, hurting the guys to the huddle, and he's like taking command. And I think it's going to give this offense a nice jolt with him at quarterback coming back. I think it's going to be different, dude. I hope I'm going to be flipping out too if like this offense is just 3 and out, and they just can't, get anything done. It's going to piss me off.
If it's like 17-13 third quarter, I'm going to be like, what the fuck is going on? Like I want them to come out and just run through this team in the first half, pause, and then sit there and then say, all right, Gardner Minshew in the third quarter and start getting those guys out. Like I don't want this game to be close. Because I don't think the Giants, I think if they're down early, their thought is going to be, let's get out of this game healthy. Let's just get through this thing and get on to next week. That's what they're going to be thinking.
Right.
I'm so smooth. Did you hear the Eagles are going to be wearing all black again? Yeah, so the Eagles, that was planned. They're going to be in all black tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's for the last time, though. But it'll be all black tomorrow.
Till next year.
And then, it's next year.
Your favorite time of the year.
Dude, I hope they don't wait until, like, August or September to show us. Like, I want to know in February what the jersey looks like and that I can buy it,
Right.
Which King says, Street saying Brady has something special for Dallas next week. What is he? What is it? That's the question. I thought y'all would have won last week too, but in some cases I don't mind being wrong. Good luck tomorrow, Giants. Dallas Nelson, shout out to you. Yeah, I mean, I felt they should have won too. I don't feel like they were ready to play that game. And it is what it is. But the fortunate thing for us is we only had to win 1 out of the next 3 games, not all the games,
Right.
So if we win tomorrow, it is what it is. Charles says, Philly 500, Cowboys, here we come.
Pause.
Yes, pause. Humongous pause. Biggest pause ever. 500, you don't want the Giants are going to want their revenge for us destroying them last game. Giants. If you're the Giants, first of all, okay. So everybody was like, "Well, the Giants want the revenge from a few years ago when the Eagles took out their starters versus Washington." Why? And I'm like, why? The coaching staff is completely different.
Right.
They don't care about that, So they weren't ever going to do anything to risk it. But also, like I said, you got to take into account that the Giants are saying, if we beat Minnesota, we play Philly again. We play them again. So, they might want to hold back. And to me, it just makes sense. Now, personally, I don't care if they play their starters or not. That's up to them.
Right.
We got it, because I feel like if we go out and play our game, nobody can beat us. So just do your thing. But, all those people giving me crap all week saying I was dumb and stupid. I didn't know I was talking about the Giants. I told you this was going to happen. This is not a surprise.
Right.
Say Boogie, Dave for Super Chat. He goes, Philly and Joey, if the new Kelly Greens are exactly what you hope for, whose jersey would you buy? Plenty of options. My first jersey will be Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is my favorite player in the NFL. He's my favorite player in the NFL. So I want Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I honestly don't even know. I'll make a choice. I might do AJ Brown. It just depends. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll do Devontae Smith, Hurts. It'd probably be Devontae, Hurts. I might go Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Hey.
If he signs an extension, right? And if I don't go him, I'm definitely going Reddick. So that's probably how I do it. Trexler's historical art says, who gives a shit if the G-Men want revenge? Who's scared of the G-Men? I don't know. I don't know why people think we're scared of the Giants. We put 48 points on them, Honestly, that makes sense, 500. If they beat Minnesota, we see the Giants again. And yes, no thinking about it. They can wait on the revenge game. I'm sure they let's just get over this. Yeah, the Giants want to just get this over with. They're going to come in and they want to get out as soon as possible.
Right.
That's why you don't want to give them hope. You don't want them to feel like that they can win in the end. You just got to jump on them and you got to get it done. Geez, Derrick Henry fumbled the ball out of bounds. Big run, fumbles out of bounds. And Tennessee's winning 16-10 with 147 left. Come on, Doug. You got to win this game. 500 is built like Devontae Smith. Yeah, I'm built. Me and him look exactly alike.
Big man.
Yeah, we got the same hands, maybe, but that's about it. I love Devontae Smith because everybody says that he can't play in this league. He won't last. He'll be hurt all the time. I don't think he's missed a game. Has he missed a game? Maybe
no. I don't know. I don't think so. But they started
this year.
Yeah, but they started attacking with him a lot. Remember, it was just mostly comeback routes. Like it was on the short, the short passes with him. But they're really attacking with. I forgot what game we started to see it, but I loved how they started attacking with him. It was just it just brought my diverse to your offense. It was great.
Yeah, because we were talking about that. Everything with him was short routes, very short routes, wide receiver screens, those kind of things. They use him a lot more downfield now. And I mean, look at some of the catches he made. Did you see that tiptoe catch at the sideline? I mean, that was freaking ridiculous, dude. Mm-hmm. To me, Devontae Smith, I think, has better hands and runs better routes than A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown's just a specimen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
But I like Devontae because he's the little guy that they say was never going to last and all this stuff. And then look at him, dude. You know? King of Philly says, teams know the Eagles scores to the most points in the second quarter. In the playoffs, they're going to make sure the offense stays off the field and waste time on the clock. Guy needs to adjust early. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's how you beat the Eagles. You keep their offense off the field. Like the best thing the New Orleans Saints did in that game, if you look at all three losses, really, especially in the first half, if you look at all three losses, Washington, Dallas, and the Saints, in the first half, the discrepancy between time of possession was really tilted towards the other team. Those teams had huge discrepancies in the first half of time of possession. That's how you beat the Eagles. Wow, Tennessee just turned the ball over.
Wow.
I think in the red zone too. Oh man, beautiful.
I think another thing too.
It's way back. What did they call penalty? Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I was thinking another thing too is the Saints did really well. They wasted time and they ran the ball and they threw short passes. I mean, that's because the Eagles were playing off coverage. So that's why they had that big drive in that first quarter that wasted so much time.
Yeah,
it just kept them off.
Exactly. We have over 500 people in both streams. We thank you guys so much for being here. We truly appreciate it. If you haven't and you're in my chat, hit the link. Go sub up my man Joey Shakes. We appreciate it. And we will be back tomorrow for a postgame too. So hopefully we'll be celebrating tomorrow, because I think I would love nothing more to sit back and watch these games next week and just know that my team is waiting,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, a big interception by the Jaguars.
Wow.
So how long is Sweat? I think Sweat comes back for the playoffs.
Yes.
I don't think it'll be past that, dude. It looked scary as hell, and we were worried. But once I heard he left the hospital that day, I felt pretty good about it.
And the tweet that he put out was really good.
Yeah,
it helped too.
Absolutely.
So
Nick Yak, Patty Whack, go smoke some more weed because in 18 hours the Cowboys are not winning the division. Listen, you could say, here's what I can tell you right now. I can tell you. See, I know how Cowboy fans think. Tomorrow, this will be in our chat. The Giants gave you the division. How does it feel to not win the division? How does it feel to be given a division? How does it feel to be losers that you need to play backups? That's what we're going to hear tomorrow. That's what we'll hear tomorrow. But they will ignore the fact that we won 13 games before that, putting us in that position. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, the Eagles fans will be celebrating tomorrow. I have no doubt. Charles says, 45, keep up the good work. I love your live show. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Andreas, I think I said that right. Lifelong Eagle fan from Chicago. Got to see them win, and the unfortunate Hurts injury. Glad he's back. Yeah, glad he's back. That was a tough game. I mean, a lot of people are trying to make something out of that game. Like, well, see, that's when the Eagles really started to struggle. I just think that was 20-something mile an hour winds. It was like 8 degrees outside or something like that. It was really bad conditions, man.
But look what he did in the fourth quarter after the injury. Like it looked like he was like there was nothing wrong with him. Those passes that he was giving out.
Right.
And he looked like it didn't even affect him at all.
Yeah. Jolo says 500 Joe has Hurts did enough for a big contract, or he has to do more. If more, how much more he has to do? I think he deserves a big contract. I mean, I can't, I have to give it to him. I think he's earned it. Obviously, the big question now, as any quarterback, what does he do? How does he play in the playoffs? But I think he'll be okay. I would lean towards giving it to him.
Yeah, and I think the playoffs come into the playoffs come into factor too, because if Jalen Hurts lays like a big goose egg in the playoffs, like we'll know like why if we lose the playoff game, we'll know why we lost the game, whether it's the play calling, whether the Eagles might play bad in the playoffs and Hurts might have a bad game just because it could be the play calling, it could be Steichen not calling the right plays. There could be a lot of factors that go into a playoff game and how they prepare themselves for the week, or the defense doesn't show up, so we have to be realistic with that. But I think he definitely deserves it. There's no doubt, because you're not going to get a mentality poised. The poise is where you're not going to find this at his age, this young in his career, to lift a team above him, and he could carry this team on his shoulders. That's how special Jalen Hurts is.
Yeah,
you're not going to find it anywhere else. So.
Yeah, I agree. Fat Folder 93 David Super Chat goes, how about bringing the yellow and baby blue jersey? Oh no.
You mean those are ugly, dude.
The Frankfurt yellow jacket ones? Dude, I hate those jerseys. I hated it. I think it's ugly, man. No. What I would do, I'm telling you this, and this is why if you look at our background, there's an Eagles green helmet and a white one. That was my way of saying that I would like to see the Eagles revamp their jerseys where one of their helmets, again, are the white road ones. I always thought that was so cool. I wish they would do that. I think that would be cool. Tyree Eagle, thank you for Super Chat, goes, will you play Hurts all game score prediction? That's a great idea, score prediction. I'll say this. I think the Eagles are going to win this game 34-10. And I think Jalen Hurts is out by the third quarter. I think once this game's in hand, you pull him as soon as you can.
Yeah, I said 31-14. I said 31-14. Yeah.
Yeah. I said initially 13, I think. But once I heard that Tyrod Taylor's not playing, so I think it's going to be harder. Bobby says, "5 you're the man, Denzel. Joey got big shoes to fill. Joey don't have to fill no shoes. Joey is doing his thing.
I'm my own person, man.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. I have to fill his shoes, maybe, but not the other way around. Adam Scott, I saw that you said, I don't know where the chat is, but you drank your last glass of eggnog. Dude, I got ripped off. They have an eggnog shortage here. There hasn't been eggnog for weeks. So because of that, I'm going to diet. I am going to get in shape, and by October.
Can I ask you one question? Can I ask you one question about eggnog? Mm-hmm. You bought how many half gallons?
I bought 6 half gallons right before Christmas. Like 3-4 days before Christmas.
How many glasses of eggnog do you have per day leading up to Christmas?
4 or 5.
That's a lot.
I have them in the morning. I like to have it at breakfast. I like to have it at lunch. I like to have it at dessert. And then sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, like a cigarette smoker wakes up to smoke a cigarette. I wake up to get eggnog. I love it. To me, it's like nectar of the gods. That's what I consider it. Tyree Eagle, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, Reddick gets 3 more sacks. He's definitely Defensive Player of the Year. Dude, have you seen? I haven't seen one media outlet that has even considered him for Defensive Player of the Year. It's absolutely, it's horrendous. He is. I'm telling you, I think Hassan Reddick is one of the most underappreciated, underrated players that I can remember in a long time. And I don't say that just because an Eagle. I think we talked about this last year before free agency started. If you look at him, okay, and you look at him in Arizona, what he did at Arizona, then to go to Carolina. To go to 2 different teams and have double-digit sacks is pretty impressive. To now do it on 3 different teams is really impressive. And I think he's overlooked, man.
He's the 4th player to do it, I think. He's the 4th player to do it. 3rd or 4th player to do that, I think. Forgot.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's interesting. So we got a 16-13 game with 14 minutes left. Say Boogie, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, no doubt Hurts will be laser focused in the playoffs. The guy works ethic is second to none, and his teammates play hard for him. If you think about it, he's been locked in since the playoff loss to Tampa Bay. He has been. And when Minshew threw that pick six, the look on his face was like, that's the look I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for right there. You know what he was thinking. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to come out. I think they're to be Giants. And let me say this. I am not a Cowboys fan. You are not a Cowboys fan. You Giant fans, you're not going to hear me go, we swept you and we scored 40 points on you twice. We swept you. You're not going to hear me say that because I don't consider this a equal NFC East challenge. Right. Just like last year when the Eagles played Dallas and they had their backups in and Dallas played their starters. I think the Eagles beat the Giants. I don't think there's anything to brag about. You just got to take care of business. Now, if the Eagles beat Dallas or the Giants second round of the playoffs, that's different. But you're not going to hear me say 240 burgers. Bring out the broom. Bring out the broom. No, I'm not doing it. That's what the Cowboys fans do.
We don't stoop that low.
No. 500 before Christmas and shortage. For Christmas and shortage, be like, I'm just going to head to Costco and get my daily eggnog and watch the Eagles win. How him now? Damn, there's no shortage, and I got to shape the rest of the year. Yeah, I got to get in shape this year so I can get it early. But I knew the shortage was coming, actually. I actually knew. That's why I bought the amount I did, because there were reports saying there was going to be I guess there's shortages of eggs or something. So there was going to be a shortage. I'm just glad that I was at Costco the day they got their last shipment in. Hey, 500. They activated Davis Webb, and he's supposed to start tomorrow. So
is it David Webb or Davis Webb?
It's Davis Webb.
Okay.
Only one.
He
Davis Webb statistics. I'm asking seriously. Oh, Davis Webb. He has -3 rushing yards for the year. That's all he's done.
Right.
So yeah, listen, we could take it like nonchalant, but the Eagles better be ready to play. You know what I'm saying? Like They need to come out ready to play. They can't be going Davis Webb, whatever. They got to be ready. They got to treat it like it's the playoffs. Big Dose, I'm going to the game tomorrow. I can't wait. So excited. I'm going to explode. Pause. Yes, pause. It's crazy. Philly, there was a Mark Holmes shortage of eggnog. Maybe it was Mark killing all them chickens. Titans getting too conservative, too much reliance on Henry. Well, they don't trust their quarterback. Why didn't they play what's his face?
What, Willis?
They drafted that kid. Yeah, I would have played Willis. I would have played this game. Looks like momentum shifted towards Jacksonville. Jacksonville, great punt return to their 45. They're down 3. It's going to be interesting. You want to see Nakobe Dean tomorrow? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the story is. I hope if we see Nakobe Dean, and that's because we blow. I hope we see Gardner Minshew play tomorrow, like in the third quarter and fourth quarter, because Jalen Hurts has got his jacket on.
Right.
50-50 chance Eagles choke 3 in a row. I would say at this point, maybe a 2% chance. Tyree Eagle, David Super Chat goes, put CJ in the slot. Blankenship has been decent. I mean, I put him right back at free safety. I put him at free safety, let him play. But if you need him in the slot. Well, this week I don't know I don't think you need to. But in the playoffs, you might have to play him in the slot because Avonte Max is gone. But I don't know. This week I don't know. I mean, whatever they need to do,
Yeah, do whatever they need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, Davis Webb is a pocket quarterback and non-scrambler. Think of Mills from Texas, Goff for the Lions, but doesn't have the arm that Goff had or experience. He's a big guy. It said he was 6'5". I don't know enough about him to make a judgment. I'm just curious if he's ever thrown a pass in the NFL. Because that's a pretty scary situation. You're going to play the Eagles, who may break a league record in sacks. Like, I'm hoping he throws a couple picks tomorrow. Maybe a James Bradbury pick six. Book it. It's happening tomorrow. James Bradbury pick six. Eagles up 7-0. What's his face? Webb goes back to pass. Picked off. Bradbury pick six. Up 14-9. And that's what you need. That works perfectly. No, Mike Glennon, I think, is in. I don't know where he was.
Miami.
Miami, is that where?
He
might Tennessee is going to draft Hendon Hooker in the second round. I don't know. I don't know who. Steven,
I'm trying to.
He says 500. Bleeding Green Nation put an article this week that Kaiser White is struggling bad and hurting us in coverage. He is. It's true. He is. His play has gotten worse as the year. I think he's gone at the end of the year. I think you keep Edwards, and I think Nakobe Dean takes over. That's what I think.
Well, both of these Edwards and Kaiser White can't cover worth anything. I mean, he's given up. Kaiser White's given up what over 110 yards the past 2 weeks in coverage. I mean, they're both really bad in coverage. There's no doubt about it. Nakobe Dean, it's gonna. Oh man, I just can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Do you think they? Yeah, I guess I was asked that earlier. Kind of didn't realize what he was saying, but do you think Nakobe Dean will get more snaps because of the struggles, or do you think it's kind of too late in the season?
Nah, it's too late. I doubt it. Unless he gets dinged up, he comes in. That's about it. It was weird. It was like a few weeks ago, right, when Kaiser White had that little ankle thing that was going on. I forgot what game it was. I was like, oh, Nakobe Dean might play. Maybe we'll. And I wasn't actually sad about it.
Yeah.
I was like, give Nakobe Dean some reps. Let Kaiser White rest for the week. Screw it, right?
Yeah. He says Eagles will football opening kickoff at the 20 tomorrow. I don't think it'll happen, but we'll see. Zay Bogey, David Super Jacobs, Philly and Joey, how great would it be if the Philly versus Kansas City in the Super Bowl? MVP versus the people's MVP, and Hurts outduels Mahomes. What's the excuse now? That would be epic.
Andy Reid facing his former team, like that's crazy.
I think that the storyline for that Super Bowl is great. I think that would be our toughest challenge, though. I think from a matchup standpoint, I think Kansas City would be, Nick, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Joey, I want you to know I hate Philly 500. And I hope we get blown out in the divisional round to Dallas because of him.
What?
So he hates me, and he's hoping. He says, Joey, I want you to know I hate Philly 500. And I hope we get blown out in the division round to Dallas because of him. That's great. It ain't gonna happen,
low,
Nick,
bro.
But keep hating, brother. Hate the face.
That's really
you
low.
Hate Denzel Washington. He must look at me and watch a Denzel Washington movie and get very pissed off watching any Denzel Washington because I look.
Because he always saves the day.
Yeah,
sure.
Tyree, Dave for Super Chat goes, your ideal stat prediction for Hurts and Miles. Jalen Hurts, 21 of 25. 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, and out of the game by the third quarter. And then Miles, I'll say 14, 15 carries, 170 yards, something like that. How about that?
Yeah, that's not bad. I was going to say 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, something, nothing crazy, you know what I mean? And Miles, I honestly don't know. That's the one thing I'm worried about is, are they going to run the crap out of Miles Sanders? That's right. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Ricky says, bro, donate $5 spread to hate. Hey, whatever he can do, that's fine.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
He isn't the first person to hate me, and he ain't going to be the last person to hate me. Mm-hmm. I don't care. I can give 2 shits.
Wait till the draft.
Oh yeah, wait till the draft. You're gonna see all his friends are going to be really hating. They're going to hate us.
We're going to get hated draft time. There's no doubt about it. So.
Yep. Niner for life. You should just plan on chilling out tomorrow because it ain't happening, my friend.
No, hell no.
We're not joking. Well, with that, we're kind of getting a little bit in. I want to go watch the rest of this game. Is there any last words before we get out of here?
I'm excited. I'm ready. I feel like this was a really slow week this week, but you get your starting quarterback back and how they're going to use Jalen Hurts. There's a lot of questions going into this game and what the game plan is going to be against the Giants, but it's a game that you have to win, and this is going to be like a playoff. This is a playoff game. This is for first seed. This is for getting players back with that first round bye, and it's really going to help. So it's important in a lot of aspects, but there's no. I don't want to see this team lose Sunday. I think Hurts is going to make sure it doesn't happen. So
yeah,
hopefully,
Yep, I agree. I think if you just come out with intensity, come out ready to play, take care of business, jump up on them early, I think the Eagles should be able to coast, get their starters out in the second half, and this will become quickly a preseason game, and that's what it'll feel like. So we will see. With that, guys, we are going to let you go. Joey, you'll be streaming tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow. If you guys haven't, you're on my channel. Click the link in the description and go sub up my man Joey Shakes. And we will be back. We'll be back tomorrow night for post game, and hopefully we will be celebrating
in a good mood. And a good mood.
Yeah, and a good mood. So Nick can go cry to his mommy in his basement. With that said, you guys have a great night. Peace.
Peace.
The officials are back.
Yo, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What are you doing?
running from
What
a.
are you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Kellen Moore, he's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had no time for one more
We
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
Away, but, this is just
The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed us.
it is, man.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
Yeah, you
The brother
literally.
screwed us. The brother screwed us.
It's going to end the way
We had the opportunity for one more play.
So before I cut this thing, we did get a super chat after, so I want to make sure we respond to it. City Family, thank you for super chat. So last play, Pascal or Watkins? Last play, Pascal or Watkins? I still gotta go. I still gotta go with my man Watkins. Although I know he struggled, but I still gotta go Watkins. I still believe in Watkins, but we should see. So thank you though for super chat, man. Appreciate
Definitely.
it. And I'm gonna let you guys all go. So you guys take care. We will see you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace out, guys.